Do I speak fluently? When can I say that I'm fluent? What does that even mean? If you're like me, you've probably asked yourself those questions multiple times when learning a language, but don't worry because the answer is actually pretty complicated. What's up everyone, my name is Ian, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm an American polyglot and I've been studying languages for the past 7 years. I currently speak 6 languages fluently, or what I guess you could call fluently. And yeah, today we are talking about speaking languages fluently and what it means to speak fluently. The truth is, language fluency is actually quite subjective, and determining it is a subjective process because there's so many factors that influence a person's fluency, such as their level of education, their exposure to the language, their native language, and their surroundings, where they're from. There's just so many different factors involved. And so nobody can really agree on any one way to determine when exactly you're fluent. And anyone that tells you otherwise is either biased or doesn't know what they're talking about. But despite these challenges over tens of years, probably hundreds of years actually, except linguistics haven't been around that long, so I'd say about tens of years, there have been multiple systems developed to help determine language fluency. One of the most popular is the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, or CEFR. And this framework measures language proficiency on a scale of A1 all the way up to like C2 and everything in between. It's like A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, and so as you get higher, you supposedly speak more fluently. And by the time you're at C2, you're technically very fluent. You're essentially a native speaker, and if you're A1, then you're definitely not fluent. And I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this scale before because it's a very popular scale, but it also doesn't really give you the full picture. And another popular system is the American Council on the Teaching of Foreign Languages, or ACTFL for short. This system measures language proficiency on a scale of novice, intermediate, advanced, and superior, with intermediate, mid, intermediate, high levels considered like conversational, and advanced, high, and superior levels considered fluent. And I don't know why there are 2 of them. In America, we like to measure things with our own systems of measurement. I'm surprised it's not like he speaks like 10 alligators good or something like that. Like he speaks as well as 3 Florida men. I'm surprised we don't have a crazy system like that. But we do have our own system here in the United States. But in general, I think most people know about the Common European Framework, which is A1 to C2, and I think it makes more sense, to be honest with you. But ultimately, these systems are not perfect, and they all have their drawbacks and their advantages, but none of them can decisively determine your proficiency or whether or not you're fluent. So if you turn to them to figure out if you're fluent, it can give you an idea, and if you really want to just stick to what they give you, they can, I guess, tell you that you're fluent whenever you reach a certain level. But it's not everything, because ultimately it's a subjective process. Fluency ultimately is being able to communicate with other people with more or less a fluid train of thought, be able to understand most of what is being told to you, and be able to communicate your ideas freely. And if you can do that, then technically you're fluent. So whether you're just starting out or you've been learning languages for a while like me, you have to remember that fluency is a subjective process that is more of a personal goal than anything else and can be worked towards at your own pace. And by no means should it be used to belittle your progress or make you feel any type of way about all your hard work. Because with the right tools and resources, you can reach whatever language fluency is to you in a matter of time. So let me bring it back to me. What exactly is fluency for me? I say I speak 6 languages fluently, but what does that mean then to me? To be honest, I would say that all my languages hover between intermediate and high on the American scale, and B2 to C2 on the European framework, which by those systems mean that I'm conversational in some languages and fluent in others. But in my opinion, I'm fluent in all of them because I can understand most of what's being said to me. I can communicate my ideas and thoughts freely in a fluid train of motion. And for all intents and purposes, when I talk to people, they say I'm fluent, and I feel like I'm fluent. But now, of course, this is a completely different ballgame when you're using your languages for professional purposes, because then you kind of have to adhere to whatever system they adhere to. And at that point, you're kind of striving for one of the levels on the European framework or on the American framework, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can be conversational according to one of these systems, but you can still call yourself fluent if it means fluency for you. If you are able to communicate freely, if you are able to understand most of what's being said to you, and if you can fluidly speak and communicate whatever comes to mind with the other person. And so all this is to just say that fluency is a man-made construct. It's an abstract idea which means different things to different people, and it will remain that way until the end of time. All that matters are your personal goals and your own personal progress. Your journey comes before anything else. Just go at your own pace, use the resources and tools available to you, do your best, and it's only a matter of time before you will become fluent, whether it's according to you or according to somebody else. And that's all I have to say. So, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with anyone else, it really helps me out a lot. Subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts in the comments. I'm still a brand new channel, I don't have a lot of subscribers or views as of this video, but maybe that'll change. And maybe you still got something good out of this video, and if you did, well, I've achieved my goal. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.